a sprint. So now let's see what everyone came up with. Okay, you can start with the first team, the one with care.
Sorry about that. I think it's the connection. So just very quickly, we settled, as Loletta mentioned, on 2025 because we thought this year is a bit ambitious, especially talking about education, because we chose fair access to education. But we also didn't want to make it 2030, which, you know, tends to get people comfortable and to delay things. And so we said, we envision a world where governments and societies prioritize education before other budget expenses, like, for example, military expenses. And as a result, girls will have fair access to high quality education. And as an action, we said to make this happen, we will identify best practice examples and learnings about what works, both at policy level, but also private sector best practice, in order to enroll more vulnerable girls into quality education. And then we want to showcase these learnings at the Future of Impact Summit in October this year to a global audience of policymakers, investors, and private sector actors to then really advocate for this prioritization of budget items.
Oh, this is very detailed. Interesting. I like it. Okay, now let's hear from the next team. Natasha, you were in this group. Would you mind presenting?
Okay, so the vision for us is by 2040, we envision a world where girls are protected from child marriage. And as a result, girls will reach and girls can reach their full potential as women. And then the action that we sort out is to make this happen. We will reshape and strengthen the world's legal framework. So we'll be working with policymakers against child marriages. And this is to empower women to lead themselves so that they have their own agency to choose what they want to do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And our next team from CGD. Sorry for the typo. Yes, Samantha, can you fill us in? I'm not sure I caught the last action statement that you had.
No problem. Megan's gonna take over for me for a second. My Zoom's giving me a little bit of issue. Thank you, Megan.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
No worries. I'm just gonna read out the summary because I think we're having trouble putting it directly in the box. So on the vision side, we also decided to focus on access to education as a means of ensuring that girls and women can get into well-paid jobs. We envision a world by 2025 wanting to be ambitious, but give ourselves enough of a runway to really accomplish something. We envision a world where girls are well equipped through education and skills training to access those well-paid jobs. In terms of what we as a group are specifically committing to, we learned that quite a number of us, coincidentally, are positioned both within the energy sector, so an opportunity for women to access those well-paid jobs within that specific industry, and also working directly with survivors of gender-based violence, girls and women who would need access to skills training and job placement opportunities. And we also have one group member who's positioned in the financial investment seat to be able to support from that side. So we're going to pledge to use our platforms to recruit women into the energy sector and other well-paying quality job sectors, create partnerships with institutions that are working directly with women on those skills training and investment opportunities. So thank you all.
Well, thank you very much. It's very interesting to hear everyone's visions and actions, and imagine we did that in 30 minutes. So I think we can achieve more if we actually put our heads together and approach this from a multi-stakeholder level. Yeah, so now Jessica is gonna have an announcement.
Yeah, so we really want to make this an action-driven event and make sure that there's follow-up. And so as an immediate next step, we would recommend that we all create a LinkedIn post where we describe our intended synergetic partnerships to change the game for girls. So basically the outcomes of our breakout sessions. You can tag Shoko and use the hashtags that we have proposed here, We for Shoko and Change the Game. And then there is this opportunity, what my group has also included in our vision, there's the opportunity to present the outcome and our joint commitment at the Future of Impact Summit, which is a global summit, 5 days that we're hosting in October that will bring together policymakers, entrepreneurs, private sector players, and impact investors, really the entire ecosystem for multi-stakeholder collaboration. And this will, we think it's realistic to come up with something specific by October that we can present and announce. And this would be an opportunity to check back in on what we discussed today and to present progress, as well as any other potential collaborations that come out of our gathering today. So even if there was something that you find interesting that you haven't discussed in a breakout room, you can definitely follow up bilaterally and then present it at the summit. And finally, another reminder to help us change the game for girls, and please consider contributing and sharing our Indiegogo campaign so we can really move forward with our pilot and establish these partnerships to help adolescent girls escape sexual exploitation and leapfrog to digital jobs of the future.